How's it going? This is Mr. McNichol again. And, this is the lecture for today, Thursday, let me double check the date. Yep, the 26th of January. Lovely sunny day out today. I am tormenting all of my family and friends who are still up in Canada where it is miserable right now. Cold, wet, snowy, gray, and we're enjoying sunny Texas weather. So yahoo. You're in my classroom right now over at Nolan Catholic School in Fort Worth. So today, in today's lecture, I'm going to just reiterate a little bit about the resume project you guys are doing and what you're going to do for that. Also, I'm going to talk about the next step of working on what you do after a resume, and that is your cover letter. There's a bunch of really great free samples and examples that you can get of cover letters and resumes. I think I gave you links to some of them. I'll put another one up there just to be safe. But today I'm going to mainly talk about a cover letter, okay? And then when we meet again on Tuesday night, we'll be working on them in class. Sound good? Great. Okay, so let's get started. Well, what's the purpose of a cover letter? A cover letter's job is to kind of flesh out what is put in a resume. A resume ideally has a picture of you as well. If you can get one in there, that helps a lot, okay? It puts a human face on the skills. Also, what a cover letter can do is it shows your employer how good you are at regular written communication. And try to think about any decent job that doesn't require good reading and writing skills. It's going to be kind of tricky, okay? So, basically, what a resume does is that it shows in a kind of a bullet form, comprised, condensed, squished down format, all of your skills, all of your qualifications, so that a job hunter guy, a human resources director can look that over and see your skills very quickly. Another good thing to have, though, is, you may wonder, how good is this person at communication? If I put this person on my team, are they going to be misspelling basic words when we look at doing emails and things like that? Are they going to be able to write a report well so that it gets across the concepts that need to be gotten across? Yeah, sure, English major here. Even I do those kinds of mistakes now and again, so don't worry about it. A cover letter essentially shows your employer, your prospective employer, that you know how to communicate. Okay, but you can take what's on the resume and put it into paragraphs, sentences in a nice package. Okay, so the first thing you always have is the date and the contact information. Okay, you let them know who you are. Okay, what is the date? Okay, what is your contact information? What is your name? And what is your email? So they can zip, bang, get to you right away, okay? So your name, date, and contact information goes at the top. And there are some great examples of this at Indeed.com. I'll say it out now. I'll also put the link in the comments section at the bottom when we're done and ready. But the link is Indeed.com/resumes-cover-letters/how-to-a-cover-letter. That's a mouthful. Anyways, you start out with your date and contact information. On the example they have there, it shows a woman named Ann Galindo, and they give her phone number and her email address, and then the date. After you've got your date and contact information, well, you give a salutation. That's a fancy word for a greeting. Okay. Oftentimes, you just use the person's name and dear in front of it. Dear Mrs. Smith. Okay. Dear Mr. Orgenschnitzel, whatever their name is. Okay. Greetings. Okay. So after you finish the salutation greeting, then you do the opening paragraph. Now, in an opening paragraph, okay, your purpose is to kind of introduce you just a little bit to folks, okay? So once you have done your opening paragraph, you mention a couple of things. You mention the job title you're applying for. You mention where you saw the position posting. This letter represents my application for the position of teacher at Nolan Catholic School, which I saw advertised on the diocesan website. Greetings, I am writing this letter to apply for the position of bank teller, or whatever it might be, okay? Which I saw at this place, advertised on this place, okay? Make sense? So, first paragraph, you mention the title of the job you're applying for, where you saw the position posting, okay? Explain next your interest in the role and the company to show you've done your research. Take a look at the place you're applying for. Google it. The internet's there for more than just looking at cats, okay? Take a look at the company that you're applying for, okay? And if they've done something neat lately, oh, yes, I want to work for your company because they're doing exciting things like your expansion over into this market at XYZ Corporation, whatever it might be. That gives you a leg up on competition. I've interviewed for these kinds of positions, or I've done the interviewing. I've been part of the committee interviewing, and people who show that they have been interested enough in a company to look up stuff about it, to know extra things about it, good things. Okay? Don't mention the scandal where somebody ripped off $1 million. They don't want to hear about that necessarily in a job interview. No. Mention, I am excited to work for a company that's doing these great things. Okay? So mention that next. After you do that, okay? After you've given your first impression, okay? I'm applying for this job, which I saw advertised here, okay? And I'd love to do the opportunity to work for a company that's doing all these amazing things like this, this, and this. Well, your second paragraph, it's about you. I have a wonderful background which would be of great use to you in this position. Here's why. I can do this, I've done this, I've done this. Now you're going to want to use a lot of key words, okay? I have a solid background in this, okay? I have received ample experience doing this in these positions. You sell yourself in that second paragraph, and you use a lot of keywords. As the Director of Human Resources at West Morgan Phillips, I was a key senior leader in organization and was responsible for improving the efficiency and performance of the company's 540 employees. Before that, I ended world hunger, whatever it is, okay? So the first paragraph, this is the job I want. This is where I saw it advertised, and this is why I want it. I want to work for your company. Second paragraph, it's about you. Why are you good for this position? Okay? Second paragraph. And then you finish with a closing paragraph. Oftentimes, a good closing paragraph, you talk about one skill or achievement you have that you didn't mention before. Don't just repeat details from your resume. That's a mistake a lot of people do. Mention something special that might not already be on your resume. Okay? Tell a story where you saved the company $10,000. Okay? Tell a little story where you were promoted ahead of other experienced people because you showed initiative. Do those kinds of things. That's where you do the last bit. Okay? So, at the very end, you have what's called the professional sign-off. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you about this position at your earliest convenience. Basically, say goodbye in a really professional manner. And they've got all kinds of examples how to do that over at Indeed.com. Well, those are the basics of writing a cover letter, okay? And so I believe I've already given a link to an example of that on YouTube. If not, well, we'll go over that. Again, I'll give you the link to that, to how to do a cover letter on this assignment or on this lecture over on YouTube. You can follow it, and we'll work it out when we meet on Tuesday. We'll start writing those up. So bring stuff to write on. Glad everyone brought paper last time. You can bring paper, bring your laptops, And you can rent laptops from TCC. Ask about that at the library and at the tech center. And you can also borrow them, I think, like library books too. But check on that. Okay? All right, everybody. That's it for today. I'm looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Have a great, great weekend.